Hello, this is Jason, and this is Mega Taco. Oh, this is technically this is part 2 of Guardian Heroes. Guardian Heroes, God, I'm not even in the right game. This is the type of week I've had. The Guardian Legend. Guardian Heroes is an excellent game, by the way. Sega Saturn. It also an HD remaster or whatever came out on Xbox Live several years ago. Cool game. Anyway, Treasure. Oh, it was a Treasure game, wasn't it? It was. So there's another Treasure game I like, aside from Bangayo. Anyway, no, Guardian Legend. It's been a disaster. Between illnesses and technical goof ups, it's just I'm actually like 2 episodes behind. I ended up losing the audio for last night's episode, which yeah, it was bad. So I had to restart, and I brought myself back to generally where I was the night before. Not exactly, but close enough. So let's get started here. Now we are missing audio. Of course we are. Why wouldn't we? Why would we not be missing audio? There we go. Does the controller work? Oh, the controller works. All right, we're just jumping into it. Merry Christmas Eve, by the way. Although by the time you watch this, well, by the time you watch this, it'll probably be 4th of July. But in theory, by the time this is published, it'll be Christmas. So Merry Christmas. I went back and forth on doing a Christmas themed episode, kind of like what we did with Halloween, and it was tough because choices are a little bit more limited, and I could only really think of 3 games with Christmas themes. You had Christmas Nights being one of the most obvious. Good looking. Die Hard for the TurboGrafx, or I'm sorry, the PC Engine, which would have been fun because that would have been my first import game, actually. What was the other one? Oh, the other one, Blue Stinger, which I happen to like, but I don't know. I just wasn't feeling ready for any of those. Nights especially. I like Nights. I really do. I am terrible at Nights. Always have been. I tried replaying it recently and just I suck. I'm really bad. I cannot score above I think I can get a B. No, I don't even know if I get a B rating. It's always C. It's terrible. I'm terrible. I don't know if I just don't get Nights or what. I mean, I played it for years. I got it when it first came out. I have the HD port, if you want to call it that. And I don't know why I suck so bad at it. I'm terrible at Nights. Again, I like it. I really do. I like it for what it is. I'm no good. I'm no good at Nights. Granted, Christmas Nights is only like a couple levels, or a level. But yeah, that's either here or there. I should have done Christmas Night. There's always next year. Anyway, so I'm back to playing. Excuse me, the Guardian Legend, which in itself is a good game. I do like it. It is a cool. I don't want to call it an artifact because that was Utopia. It's a unique game. You know, the Zelda portions are a little weak, but at the same time, it's like, you know, that's okay. I wasn't really looking for like a dungeon crawler per se. But and then, you know, the shooter portions are, they throw everything at you. Oh man, my health is embarrassingly low. Oh jeez. Yay. And the fact that they throw everything at you, they are fairly generous with the power-ups, which is nice. Yay. Ooh. What I really enjoy, now, and this is kind of strange, is that, you know, a portion of the team went on to work on Gunhead, which is, of course, blazing lasers for the PC Engine. Or, for the TurboGrafx. Gunhead is the PC Engine, the Japanese. And blazing lasers is probably my favorite shooter of all time. There's just something very, I can just load up that game, play the first couple of levels, and be satisfied. Be like, you know, this is what I wanted in a shooter. It's just a cool game, and you can see and hear blazing lasers all throughout this game. It's so strange. Some of the, like, yep, there, that sound effect. So many sound effects have been carried over, which is crazy when you think about it. But they're identical to their NES counterpart. And some of the effects and enemy attacks are very similar. Or identical. Or that, you know, your little weapon box there. Those are in blazing lasers. It really is. It's crazy to think that exists. You know, in my mind, I like to think that, you know, maybe Guardian Legends and blazing lasers are related somehow. At least in my fan fiction, they now are. Not that I'm terribly invested in the story much. You know, the story can't decide whether or not a planet is heading toward Earth or a star. I don't know if the Japanese word for planet and star is similar. And the only reason I mention this is just because there's a Gamera movie, Gamera versus Gurion, I think, where it is a very literal translation. I mean, they didn't take any time to localize this at all, and they keep referring to this alien planet as a star. In fact, they keep referring to Earth as a star. And I always thought that was just weird. I was like, what a strange thing to say. Granted, this is also the same movie where, you know, one of the best lines is the kids talking about how advanced this alien culture is. Man, God, this boss won't die. What am I missing? How did he die? Talking about how advanced the alien culture is, and he says, you know, they're much more civilized than us, you know, with no wars or traffic accidents. It's always the traffic accidents line that is the best. You know, if you haven't seen the Mystery Science Theater version of it, you need to. It's one of the best Gamera movies they've done. I think they did four Gamera movies. Definitely my favorite of the batch. The original being a close second. Man, seriously. The hit points these bosses have leave a lot to be desired. Oof. Kill this. Oh man, that took way too much damage. I really don't want to start this over, but now I'm in trouble. There we go. Pretty ambitious boss and enemy mechanics in the game, actually, given the hardware. I mean, look at all the missiles that keep coming, and they continue to come, even between second and third barrages. Gracious. There's a spider enemy in the game that if you let them live long enough, they'll multiply into like 6 or 7 additional spiders, and they keep each of those multiplies into additional spiders. Which, of course, the best hardware, you can't handle that. But hey, they tried it anyway. Oh dear God, what am I missing? Why is this thing not done? Oh. Maybe a different weapon? I don't know. This is absurd. This guy should not be taking this long to kill. This is the wrong weapon. It's not doing anything for me. Oh, get the heart, get the heart, get the heart! Oh. And I'm dead. Yep. However, I think I found the weapon I want. That one. Oh! Sorry, I didn't even realize how low my health was. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, yeah, one of the reasons I screwed up my audio last time is because I changed one of my settings and didn't catch it on my recording software. Or, let's put it this way, my recording software didn't catch that I made the change. So, technically I've lowered the quality of the recording, but in doing so, it should also pick up less white noise, which is what it was constantly doing. And I thought it was kind of annoying. So we'll see. Hopefully the quality isn't terrible. This is an experiment. Yeah, I'm done with this boss. It won't die. It won't die. Thank you. That's a weapon to use. And there she goes. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I'm a big fan of space bikinis. I don't know if I mentioned this last episode. I love the space bikinis. Yeah, they don't make any sense. Of course they don't make any sense. But they're fun. Ursa Yatsura, Dirty Pair, Cobra. I think they all have space bikinis of some type. Alright, why won't you open? Oh, that worked. And yeah, I love the fact that the main character's in a space bikini. I can't help it. And that she transforms into a ship. How cool was that? I mean, okay, if it tells you anything, back in my World of Warcraft days, which honestly is a thing that happens like every couple of years now. I'll get the inkling. You know, a couple of years, maybe that's wrong. Maybe once a year. I don't know. Maybe it is a couple of years. Who knows? Anyway, you know, I'll get the urge to load up Warcraft again because my characters are still there. They're nice. They're happy. Ooh, what are these things? It's fucking awful. When the transmogrification system came out, that's a system that allows you to change any armor into any other armor, essentially. So your high-level armor can still look like your low-level armor, which is good because, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the art direction that they've gone in with a lot of their armor designs. It's really boring. Jeez, these guys are giving me a seizure. Stop it. Sorry. Funk around my lips there. Sorry, I've been eating cookies. I've been eating cookies and having frozen Coke, okay? This is the first time I've been able to eat, like, decently in a few days now, and I'm excited to eat again. In any case, where was I? Yes, I was limiting Warcraft. So, okay, transmogrification, yeah, when it came out, I save a lot of my armor. I'm a RPG hoarder. I can't help it. So I had most of a pretty stylish set ready for my paladin, Arl. Oh joy. Named after. Oh god, I'm dead already. Is there another? Oh, you know what? Let's go back to this one. If I can aim this right, I'll be good. Oof. Arl, of course, named after Compile's Arl from Puyo Puyo. You can't escape Compile. They are all over the place. Oh, jeez. I need to pay more attention to where I'm getting hit here. There we go. And I love my Arl character. She's cool. Actually, it took me a while to warm up to the updated character models, because my other Arl was so happy, and the updated model wasn't quite as happy. And she was also missing freckles, and that bothered me. Damn it. So yeah, my paladin's spunky. So I was bound determined to get her in a take in some sort of, you know, plate bikini, plate mail bikini, which the original Warcraft had, World of Warcraft that is. Hang on, let's beat this boss, and then we'll continue talking about chainmail underwear, because that is important, and that is throwing my focus off a lot. I need to talk about these things. The world needs to know my love of the chainmail bikini and the space bikini and just, you know, the bikini in general. See, enough of the bikinis. Kill the beholder, Pokemon. You know what would be cool is if the enemy actually showed signs of, you know, how close it was to dying. How helpful would that be? I'm gonna save it, because I'm tired of this guy. That was close. ate it. Ate it. Remember how I said they were being generous with their health power-ups? Yeah, that's not happening right now. What makes this boss so obnoxious is that his trails, aside from the fact that he's shooting out multiple at a time now, they don't sit still until a while after he moves, and that's just not cool. I really should have saved it there. I always do that. I've got no health whatsoever. This will be fine. So I'm gonna save it right now. Nope. That was bad. So he's coming at me. That was close. No, and that wiped right through me. And jeez. Why am I doing this to myself? Why do I do this to myself? Well, of course, there's all these little random bullets being blown around everywhere. How nice is that? Yeah, these sort of developers hated players back then. Oh, they didn't even have the internet back then. How? At least not in this current form. Oh, thank you, man. It's killing my finger. Or my thumb, actually. You. Hi, how's it going? So, I had just beaten the boss, and everything froze. Computer reset on me, on its own. It just gave up. It was like, yeah, you're having such a rough week. Let's just make it even worse. I have nothing to throw that I want to throw because it would break. I want to throttle something. What do I? There's Lum. It's my little baseball Lum. She's like, oh, hello, don't be angry, Jason. Whatever. Okay. Oh, and it turns out the padding on my microphone had also fallen out, so I was probably like doing heavy breathing into the mic. That's already on a lower quality recording. So who knows how the hell that came out? Merry Christmas. Where's my controller? Freaking. So now I have to splice these together and get everything working again. Oh my god. Seriously, it's cursed. It's like Notopia. What is it about the overhead Zelda clones that curse my computer? And me, apparently. I'm beginning to suspect something here. All right. Everything's recording. Everything's good. I'm pointing at my screen. Right there. And let's go. I don't know where the recording actually stopped, so we'll just go from here. Proceed with the technical difficulties. Yay! Things blew up. We're all excited. People cheer. Seriously. Not a happy camper. I got the Onsen Mark key. So, where was I? Oh, yes, I was talking about Space Marines. And Warcraft. So, I was missing a couple pieces to this cool set I had designed, and for the Vanguard set, I needed the top and the bottom, which had to be farmed in Encourage, which I got. I did eventually get them, and yeah, I'm sorry, I have the most stylish paladin in all of Azeroth and Outland and everywhere else. She may not be the most powerful, but then again, she's a paladin. Oh, God. It's gonna be one of these games. So, yeah, no, I don't know. I always like that design. Yeah, it's completely impractical, of course. Come on. But there's a certain suspension of disbelief with World of Warcraft. Pretty large suspension of disbelief, actually. So, anyway. Oh, Encourage. You know, I never ran Encourage as like a raider. Because that wasn't my thing. I was never into the raiding scene. And Encourage is of course the brainchild of one Jeff Kaplan, Tagole. Oh my lord, what the friggin', get off me. Wow, okay, this guy sucks. Tagole being like his EverQuest name. The full name was Tagole Biddies, which of course switch the T and the B around, and oh, what do you get? Oh, you zany guy. I think Kaplan's mellowed out considerably since even his Warcraft days. Oh jeez, this is a nightmare. Of course, Kaplan now is, you know, reaping the success of Overwatch, which, you know, good for him. Considering it was not his initial concept, thank God. You know, if you've never run on Encourage or any of the dungeons that Kaplan designed, I mean, he's of an EverQuest mindset. Grinding, you know, grinding is fun. Jesus, it is not. But the rumor of Project Titan, which was Overwatch before it was Overwatch, this is awful. You know what? I need more chips. Apparently, this is not cutting it. I'll come back here. I want to get whatever that is, but I need something substantial to help me. Okay, enemies, back off. Good gravy. There. The rumored concept was terrible. It was like you had like a day job and you actually had to run that job. It was basically, you know, Eve online, except somehow more boring. And more micromanaging. Ugh. A terrible idea all the way around. And yeah, of course it got famously cancelled. And they took the remnants of it and made Overwatch. Which is, you know, been wildly successful. You know, which is great. It's not really my thing, honestly. I tried it. It didn't really do it for me. I'm not saying it's a bad game. You know, it's not. It's fine. It's just not really my thing. Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Okay, this is crazy. How am I gonna kill this thing? This guy is really annoying. I don't know how to do it. I guess just get lucky. Come on, spawn already. That's what does me in right there. I let him touch me once. It's all over. Story of my life. Yeah, I'm resetting. That was terrible. That was a terrible battle. Oh, what could I use? I can try that. So, it's actually a bit of controversy, quote unquote, for Overwatch lately. You know, Blizzard released like holiday content for the game, and there was a comic to go along with it, and it was revealed that, surprise, the character Tracer is a lesbian, or possibly bisexual, depending on what fan you're talking to, and some people were upset, others celebrated, others were like, well, whatever. Okay, let me say this. I don't have a problem with Tracer being gay. That's ridiculous. Yay. But I don't have a problem with this, but what I question whether or not this is such, people are, lauding Blizzard as, what a brave and bold move, because Tracer, she's the cover girl for the game. That's, wow, no other company is this progressive, and that's a load. I mean, jeez. You had, what, Fear Effect in the 90s, with, a lesbian / bisexual. They're always lesbian / bisexual. They're never just lesbian. Woman on the cover. And so, okay, so there's that. Which, whatever. Nobody remembers Fear Effect. Let's be honest. Plus, it's not like, was it Eidos, I believe? It's not like they tactfully approached that. They really played that up in the advertising, despite the fact that, like, her sexuality isn't really brought up in the games. I think there's like a scene that's used to like distract a guard or something. And other than that, I think it's all tongue in cheek. Wait forever. That sounds good. The seal for number 3 will be removed. What are you doing here? Do not wait here. Bastard. You tell me to wait here. Tell me to wait forever. So whatever. But here's my thing. There's a couple reasons why I do not think this was a brave and bold move on Blizzard's part. Oh, jeez. Another one. What enemy is it? Oh, I can do this one. Oh, jeez. Let's say the most basic problem, and it's not a problem. It's just an obvious issue. It's Tracer. She's lesbian. The straight male gamers have a lot easier time digesting the idea of a lesbian couple than a gay male couple. And yeah, you put a gay male on the cover, that's gonna be a little bit different. Not bisexual, gay. Make them straight up gay. Not to belittle bisexuals, that's fine. But actually make a gay man on the cover. In a gay relationship, I dare you. So there's that. I'm just not doing anything. How weak is she? I need to, like, up my weapon power or something. It's just terrible. Die, die. Maybe that's why that boss took so long. There we go. So that's the first issue. You know, brave and bold. You chose the safe alternative lifestyle for mass consumers. Of course, some people are still, you know, oh my god, no. But you know, you're always gonna get that because people are dumb. What does it do? Whoa! Kind of blows everything up. Huh. Let's see what it does in the next zone here. Wow. Really? They kill everything on screen item? Jeez. This seems kind of powerful, doesn't it? Doing that again. That doesn't kill him. So, now the second issue. Oh, I need to get out of here. I need to go back to... You know, do that one for now. The second issue is that this reveal doesn't change anything whatsoever in the game. Maybe down the line they'll add, you know, dialogue like, "Oh, this is for my girlfriend" or something, you know, acknowledging that she's gay. But right now, you would not know. You can just use your, you know, go back to your fan fiction or your fantasy of, you know, Tracer and Solid Snake getting married. I don't know. Because Blizzard very wisely and cleverly chose to basically put all the story elements of the game outside the game. Now, at first, you know, you think that's counterintuitive, but in this case, this allows them to do stuff like that, to do stuff that could be deemed controversial and not have it really affect the mainstream. You know, Joe Average Gamer, who picks up Overwatch from word of mouth, you know, or she's the cute girl on the cover. He's not going to be researching the lore of the game, because he doesn't care about the lore of the game, and the lore of the game is not being shoved down his throat in the game itself. Those who are invested in the game will seek out the lore, and there you go, they'll learn the story. You know, Wizards of the Coast has kind of learned how to do the same thing. While they do tell the story on the card, they get much more involved with the characters online. So, if there is something that's deemed, you know, potentially controversial, well, it's not really covered. I've already done this. In the cards themselves, so nobody's going to get offended. At least the mainstream is not going to get offended. And 500, yay. 300, come on. Excuse me. So I don't, you know, now, you know, all that being said, of course, there's nothing negative about what Blizzard has done. I mean, what they've done is good, but don't treat it like it's a, you know, huge stepping stone. You know, huge victory for LGBTY. Oh crap, I don't know. I don't know the abbreviation. I'm sorry. I always get it confused. Yeah, I also get transgender and transsexual confused as well. I apologize for that. That's my own ignorance speaking. Not that I don't respect that the classification exists. Just that I'm terrible at actually remembering the classifications. But no, I don't think it's like this huge victory for alternative lifestyle civil rights. It is a step in the right direction, but it is a baby step. I mean, come on, let's be fair. This is a cute gay woman who is otherwise completely not gay in the game. There's nothing in the game letting you know that she's gay. You only know that she's gay from reading the backstory. So smart, smart and safe. I'm not saying it's good that they did that. Obviously, Blizzard isn't that dumb. At least as dumb as you think they are. Seal number 4 cannot be removed. Oh, well, screw you. I think I goofed up when I sealed it. This whole game has been so cryptic. Oh, I done goofed. That star's gonna done hit the planet now. Ask for help from the round creature several times. Alright. Dealing with like some sinus issues, so I apologize if I keep sniffing. It's one thing after another here. So, baby steps. Overwatch itself is a very smartly designed game, for better or worse. To me, it's always felt like, Captain Planet, the video game, because it does do all of the nationality and races, and it really is going out of its way to do that. Which, more power to them for that. It's not a criticism. It's just more of an observation. I know there would be a certain crowd that would be like, well, every game needs to have this. No, it doesn't. That would be ridiculous. That'd be like, shoehorning in, every type, every type of person there could possibly be into a game, and if that doesn't fit the fiction, that's a ridiculous thing to do. So I don't agree with that. If it fits the fiction, then great. Like Overwatch, clearly. Street Fighter. Street Fighter is a game very open to that. Have they done it? No, not really. I don't even know if you have any openly gay characters in Street Fighter. There was an Eagle, but I don't know if it's actually revealed that he's gay. Plus, he was only in Capcom vs. SNK 2. He might have been in one of the Alpha 3 portables, I don't know. Never really gave it the time of day. You also have Poison. Well, before I start that, let me say that, I've seen the argument for Zangief, and I completely disagree. I really don't think Zangief is gay. I think he just... That's not his motivation. Come on, he's all about muscle power. So I'm not quite sure where the whole Zangief is gay trope came from. I don't really feel that. I don't know. Maybe I missed something somewhere along the lines. But yeah, as I said, I don't think that's reflects his character or adds to his character or subtracts from it. I guess that's not. It's such a non-issue with this character, because he's just about being the strongest. He had more story in Street Fighter V than he's ever had. And it was pretty fabulous at that, taking Rainbow Mika under his wing for true muscle power. Yeah, I'm getting worked, by the way. Okay, we're in Boss Town. Let's switch over back to this. Now let's pause it, and let's do that. Okay. What do we have here? The hitbox leaves a lot to be desired. Like, I wasn't even touching that thing. This is totally out of Blazing Lasers, by the way. Ooh, what the... Jeez. Man, trying to dodge this is horrible. Oh, he was almost dead. I like the fact that it actually shows me that he's dying this time. The only other character that comes to mind is Poison, who again is unofficially transsexual or transgender. I don't know, one of the two. I guess that also depends on where your source is coming from. You know, Capcom is very coy about the whole thing. You know, of course, the whole Poison, you know, being a transgender woman or transsexual male, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know the difference. I always get confused. All of that anyway stems from the localization of Final Fight when it was brought over for the Super Nintendo. Poison and her clone, Roxy, I think was her name, were omitted from the Super Nintendo version in America because Nintendo, you know, took issue with, you know, Cody and Hagar beating up on women. So they replaced both of them with male characters, and somehow, somewhere along the lines, that became like kind of a joke, I guess, where oh, haha, you know, she must be really a man. It's kind of reverse when you think about it. Shouldn't, I don't know. Anyway, so and it was treated as a total joke. You know, I remember when she was announced for Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I remember seeing T-shirts being distributed for Trapcom with, you know, a silhouette of Poison. You know, very PC. And the thing is, over time, it's like it started off as a joke, and then like the fans just kind of took to it. Like, oh crap, this guy. We're very accepting of it. In fact, I don't think I've ever really encountered any fighting game fan who is, you know, familiar with like the lore, who takes issue with her being transsexual. In fact, I think they would take issue with the opposite. She wasn't. You know, if Capcom tomorrow came out and said, "Nah, she's, you know, she's always been a woman," I think people would take issue with that. I would take issue with that, honestly. I like the idea of her as a transsexual, and I can't explain why. She's just a fun character, and I don't know. It just works with her. Certain characters click, and she clicks. Yeah, it's hard to explain. I don't quite explain it. I will sell only one of these to you. I can't afford any of those, man. I need more shots or chips, whatever. Sorry, I'm kind of exploring right now. That one's fine. I like poison. I like poison a lot. And again, I am a little bit more invested in Street Fighter lore. You know, I'm a big fan of like the manga series, not the stuff published by Udon, which I don't like. I don't like the Udon comics at all. But they're so generic. Oh my god, they're generic. And just I don't know. At least the Udon stuff that I've read lacks any sort of real knowledge of like sequential art. They're so poorly put together that each page just looks like a DeviantArt webcomic, where you know it's kind of pretty to look at, but at the same time it just doesn't make any bloody sense. And it's more there for design than it is to be enjoyable and read. But whatever. I'm getting off the subject. She was in one of the Street Fighter 3 comics. That was pretty cool. But you know, I guess it's the same with Overwatch. At least for a while, you know, the bulk of the story had to look at outside sources, and Street Fighter was a mess because yes, you have sources all over the place. You know, which one is legit? Which ones are canon? Which ones aren't? And it seems to be a kind of a mixture of both. Even the canon stuff isn't quite canon. I don't have a lot of chips. I want that, is what I want, but how am I gonna get 400 chips? This is the one that won't open. Yeah. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to buy something from this guy first before he's gonna help me. Oh, excuse me, but if my chip max only goes up to 200... Ugh, yeah. Alright, fine. Yeah, 200 is max. So yeah, there's that. So that was my social rant of the day. So I don't think really covered any ground other than I just don't think Blizzard's being brave and bold. I think they're being smart and socially conscious. So there you have it. Again, it's all baby steps. It's all baby steps. What other goofy controversy is there right now? Oh, geez, yes, of course. Sorry, how could I forget? So, Super Mario Brothers Run, or Super Mario Run, or whatever the hell it's called. It's a running mobile game, which is two strikes against it in my book, because I'm not a fan of mobile games. I'm not saying there can't be good mobile games, because of course there can be good mobile games. I just don't play them. And it's a running game. Now that I really don't give a crap about. So anyway, It's a big deal though because Nintendo going mobile. It's a big step for them. This being like their second or third mobile game, I guess. Second from them. I mean, Pokemon is obviously. So there was a New York Times op piece, which basically the author is lamenting. Well, no, let me just start over. His argument was that Super Mario Bros. Run is not family friendly. Which, I mean, just that statement alone is like, wow. It's Mario. How could Mario just possibly not be family friendly? What planet do you live on? What star do you live on? Now the argument goes like this. He and his wife will not be buying this game for their daughter because you start off the game as Mario, and the story goes that Peach invites Mario to her castle because she's baked him a cake, and then she gets kidnapped by Bowser. It's like Mario 64, isn't it? It's basically every Mario game ever created. And that apparently just set this guy off. Because, it's sexist and archaic. And while you can play as Peach and Toadette later in the game, you have to earn them like unlockables, and that's offensive because that treats women as rewards. Yeah. I don't agree with anything this guy says. I'm just saying that right now. It's the goofiest thing I've heard in a while. Your heart is kind of in the right place, I suppose. But man, you need to choose your battles because it's Mario, and I don't feel like Mario is a game that necessarily has to change. You can have goofy Mario storylines like this. Princess Peach gets captured. Hooray. Just like you can have storylines where she doesn't get captured. You can have both. Why not? Why not have both? And Super Mario 3D World, that's kind of the case. The fairies are kidnapped, who are all girls. Uh-oh. At least I think they're all girls. I don't know. Could be wrong. And so yeah, they're kidnapped, and you can play as Peach and you can rescue them. And Peach is an awesome character, by the way. I don't know did I talk about this last episode? I just have this horrible obsession with Peach now. I don't know how that happened. And I can't quite explain it. It's like in Mario 3D World, every level has already been completed with Peach because I played the game through with Peach. When I play Mario Kart 8 with my son, I select Peach, and he can't. They're gonna let you once. No, you can't be Pink Metal Peach either. That's just a cheap clone of my awesome Peach. And it's not like she has any special abilities in Mario Kart that I know of. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with me. Why does that happen? Why can't I... where am I going to get these extra bits that I need here? I'm ready to save this game. Call it a night. What's this? Can I go there? I can't go there. So... you know, ooh, okay, how to state this without coming across as a horrible person? Let's talk about Gamergate for a second. Now, Gamergate is the goofiest damn thing in the world. You know, it's nothing. It is solely there as a way to antagonize and be jerks anonymously with other jerks, and to feel accepted. There's nothing. The whole, you know, ethics in journalism thing, that's bull. I mean, come on. That's the silliest damn thing. That's not the case. So, man, I'm like mega powerful now, but still not. Still need more chips, people. I can understand how people could sympathize, though, with the fear of, oh, you know, that all these developers want to, you know, homogenize our games. They want to make all of our games alike, and safe and PC. And you know, for one, that's not going to happen. Is it bad that it happens? Yes, I do think it's bad, because you're stifling fiction that way. You are stifling creativity. Not everything should have to appeal to everyone. If that is what your game sets out to do, then yes, it absolutely should appeal to everyone. But if your game doesn't, you know, Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, yeah, don't force yourself. Now, that being said, I think Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball with male characters would be hysterical. I can understand why it won't ever happen, but I think it would be hilarious, because having, you know, Hayabusa spike a volleyball into Ayane's face would make my day. I hate Ayane. You know, for the record, I actually liked 1 and 2. Sorry, 3 looks like garbage. It really does. It's like a photo simulator. I mean, it's not even trying to be any sort of game, other than, you know, the voyeuristic game. Which, you know, I like my cheesecake as much as the next person, but there comes a time where it's like, okay, yeah, you can only tease for so long. Without it getting stale. So, yeah. Plus, I don't know, it's missing the Itagaki bizarreness to it as well. That's neither here nor there. Now, you know, of course, you know, the people that subscribe to the Gamergate philosophies are nuts, and again, are either doing it just to feel accepted with their horrible beliefs. Sorry, guys. Your beliefs are terrible. Or, you know, I don't know. Just to have an excuse to harass and be total jerks. Now, that being said, you know, the exact opposite crowd, the extreme liberal gamer, is equally as obnoxious, but in their own special way. You know, they mean well, but, you know, Jesus, tone it down a little bit. You know, again, this would be the group that would be, you know, celebrating Tracers coming out as, you know, a bold step for mankind, which it's not. It's good. As I said, it is good. Please don't get me wrong. It is a good step. It's don't pretend it's something bigger than what it is. I'm looking for. Yeah, it's not gonna be here. More chips. I can't seem to get any more chips, and it's driving me crazy. Nothing here. Yeah, I'm still about to save this. I'm done for the night. Just wanted to have my little Gamergate rant. Yeah, and of course, you know, your extreme liberal is also of the if you're not with us, you're against us mentality as well. So that's why I don't subscribe to that either. Take every individual game and instance on an individual basis. That's kind of my philosophy. Don't generalize. Don't stereotype. It makes things. Yeah, it's not as easy, obviously, because it's just as easy to say, well, you know, all of these games are sexist, or all of these games would be better with boobs. I don't know. You know, I guess in theory, I could say all of my games would be better with explosions. But that's not true either. I don't even know where I'm going with that. I'm ranting on cold medicine right now. Whee! Probably why I'm lost. I have no idea where I am. I need 400 chips. Where am I gonna get? I need 200 more. This is absurd. Where am I gonna get 200 chips from? Oh, these Zelda games. Alright. You know what? Let's get back to. No, I'm not gonna save it right in the middle of there. So for the record, I do not think Super Mario Bros. Run is not family friendly. Come on, it's Mario. Well, let's not be goofy. That's just silly. You know, if the reward was like sex with Peach or sex with Bowser, then yeah, you know, skip it. But come on. Outside of ROM hacks, you're never going to see that from Nintendo. You can quote me on that. Even implied, you're not going to get that in a Mario game. Why would you want it? Why would you want that in a Mario game? Whatever. Alright, I'm done. I just let's find a safe haven here. Let's save it. What's this? Where am I going? Beautiful. We'll save it here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. What a rant. What a long-winded rant. That went nowhere. So let's yeah, we'll leave it there. Am I on screen? I'm not on screen. I'm like leaning over like, hi, how's it going? I'm talking. There we go. That's better. I need to remember my camera is this one. Sorry, the cold medicine is really affecting me right now. So, thank you for putting up with me tonight. A lot of ranting, a lot of babbling. Hopefully the audio quality is good. Some technical difficulties, yeah. We made some progress in the game, but I'm 200 chips short of progressing, and I need to do some backtracking. I may just do that ahead of time or something, because, God, I don't know. I like the game. I do. I'm just not feeling it right now. I think I'm still overwhelmed with everything I need to do, both in life and in the game. Frozen Coke. Not quite as frozen as I was hoping. I kind of forgot about it because I was too busy ranting. So, you know, if I said anything that offends you, or if you take issue with anything, or if you agree with me, you know, whatever, let me know. Talk about it. I am open to discussion. I am open to changing my mind. I am open to standing my ground. You know, whatever. Let's dialogue. I'd love to hear it. If you want to correct me on something, you know, do it. Tell me about it. Tell me I'm an idiot. But be civil about it. I mean, I know it's YouTube, and that is a huge thing to ask. I know that's difficult, but just try. So far in my gaming, in my playthrough, my Mecha Taco comments, I've had some nice people. Thank you for that very much. I really appreciate that. People that actually sound like real people and not just psychotics ranting about Griffith on my Berserk video. There's some real charming comments in there. Just so you know, don't go there. Don't go anywhere near there. It's bad. So yeah, talk to me. I want to hear from you. In any case, I'm done for tonight, and so should you be. So I hope you and yours have a Merry Christmas. And I will hopefully see you here tomorrow, provided, you know, things have calmed down and I'm not dying. And my family's okay, obviously. So yeah. On that note, happy holidays. I will try to see you tomorrow. Good night, all.